What are door supervisors required to do in the private security industry act?
License.
Sorry?
License.
Okay, that's right. I mean, it's a nice question there. Very good. We need to be licensed. Yeah. Nobody can work without a license. Yeah. And who regulates the licensing? SIA. Who regulates SIA? Home Secretary, Home Office. Well done. You need to learn to understand the customer and their need and provide them with more than they need. We're providing our customer with more than they need, more. So you go over and beyond. Which law enables door supervisors to refuse entry? Excellent, yeah? Licensing Act 2003. The other thing you want to add with the Licensing Act is at any time you can, withhold or withdraw permission to enter. SIA Code of Behaviour has been produced to set, raise, maintain national standards of behaviour. Now, for example, you have to display your SIA badge so you are easily identifiable. Can you see that there? You can ask someone to leave at any time. If there's a license there, that means alcohol is being served. Yeah. Now I always use the Licensing Act with people, always, because it works. You're talking from the law. If you say to someone, if you don't leave, I'm gonna throw you out. What are they gonna say to you? Throw me out then. Am I right? Yeah. That's what they'll say to you. Just think of a time where you've had a really good customer service. Think about it. Someone has given you really good customer service in your life at some point in time, wherever you've been. So you need to be able to understand the customer and their need and provide them with more than they need. In other words, exceed customer expectations. Right, keep that word in your brain. Exceed customer expectations. So you're giving them more. You're giving them more than what they want. Yeah? Yeah. What did I say to you on the first day or the second day? What did I do? I gave you a hug. I exceeded customer expectations. You didn't think you was going to come on the course and get a hug, did you? There you go. What did I do last week? Before you all left? Handshake. Everybody got a handshake.
Everybody hugs and handshake.
Yeah, I don't think I gave you all a hug, but I gave you a handshake last week. You're the only one that's had the hug. Yeah, so far, right? So, but on a serious scale, that's all about customer service. We can translate those things. The truth is, customers sometimes don't know what they want. Am I right? You go into a mobile phone shop and you go, I want this phone. They show you a better one that's got all the features on. Would you agree with me? Or you go and look for one game and you end up buying 10 other games. Am I right? Have you ever been in a shop or gone to buy something and you've learned something new about another product? And there's always things we can learn. So customers don't know what they want. But you, being the customer service representative, should be able to, give them, with your product knowledge, the information they want. So you should possess product knowledge and appear professional at all times. You should have knowledge of your products. Whatever you're selling. I've got knowledge of the qualifications that I'm selling. I've got a lot of knowledge on those. I've got a friend of mine who gets customers for me, but he doesn't have good customer service skills. You know what he does? He phones me. I've got someone to talk to you. And I go, all right. So I go, how you doing, sir? And he goes, he's after a course. So within 2 minutes, I will convince him. But now you're coming in and you're learning new things. I think you are. You're learning different things and you're organising your thoughts a lot better. And some people come on my security courses and they decide they don't want to do security, but they go and do something else. They go out there and they start a business doing this because I try and help people open what's in there so they can do what they want to do. You need to be able to create a first impression, a good first impression, the best first impression. I don't know whether you realise this. Do you remember our first day of training when you were all in here and we had 2-3 workers turn up? and I was running around, rushing around, I was setting up. When I'm due to start every session, I don't want to be troubled about this and that and little bits. So what I do is I try and focus, because if you get the start wrong, it all goes wrong. Everything goes wrong if you get the start wrong. When I was a national trainer at A4E, I used to watch other trainers deal with customers. And the one trainer started crying multiple occasions. I said, I'll tell you what, let me go upstairs and check. Let me see how you're interacting with your customers and I'll give you some feedback. And I went in the room and all she was doing was, she's a very experienced trainer, all she was doing was just talking about the subject area. So I said to her, you haven't even introduced yourself to the group, number one. And number two, you haven't got their names and talked to them and communicated with them. So I said, that's going to, when you're talking to your customers now, you're not developing the word rapport. Write that down. R-A-P-P-O-R-T. You're not developing rapport. Rapport. R-A-P-P-O-R-T. Very powerful word. Very powerful word. Rapport. You need to develop rapport with your customers. So, you develop rapport, yeah? Are we listening, guys, yeah? You develop rapport by creating a first impression. You develop rapport when you go for a job interview. You're going to think about the guys that are giving you jobs. You're going to think about them as your customers. So when you walk in the room, don't put your head down. Don't walk into the room like that. Because they're going to turn around and go, we don't want this person. When you walk into the room, you keep your head, neck up. Keep up. Yeah, good posture. Confident. We said confidence the other day. Walk in confident. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon. And handshake. And when you handshake, what I want you to do is, yeah, I want you to shake my hand. Shake my hand. I don't want you to shake my hand like a wet lettuce. Yeah? You give me a handshake. Yeah? Don't squeeze the hell out of me. Yeah, all right. I'm only brittle. But yeah, no, yeah, that's all right. Which laws might be broken if a door supervisor favours one customer over another? Which laws might be broken if a door supervisor favours one customer over another? Do you remember which one it was? Equality Act 2010. Good, yeah? If you favour someone, if I say to you, I like you more than you, that's, that's breaching equality, and I'm going to give him special treatment. Yeah. That's discrimination. Equality Act. You've got the right to be treated fairly. Some years ago, when I was working in a venue, my supervisor came up to me, and this was a bad time in my life. This was around the time my mum passed away, yeah, about 8-9 years ago. And he went up to my colleague, and he says, excuse me, can you make sure you don't do this again, please, etc. And gave him a nice little talk. Next day I came in on duty, can you come, because I spoke to my colleague about it, because we were both on nights, working on this shift with his clients. He says, I want to see you in the office. I said, all right, no problem. I went up to the office. What happened? What did you do? You shouldn't have done. Talking to me like I was some, doormat. As I say, it was a bad time in my life. So I said, F off. And he looked at me. Because he knew me as the nice guy. I am a nice guy. Yeah? I said, F. He goes, what do you mean? What do you mean? I thought he said, there's a black guy. He says, what do you mean? I thought you said you had respect for me and you like the way I work. I says, don't you dare talk to me like that. I said, you think you're clever? You've gone and talked to my friend over there, hugged him up and saying, no, don't do this again in a nice way. And you come back to me and talking to me like this. I says, you can F off. And I walked out the room and I went downstairs and we had a handover. We had to do a handover. Was he handing over the shift to the next staff? And I acted normal as possible when I went downstairs, like nothing had happened. But he knew he was in the wrong, which gave me my justification. I did have respect for him because it's nice to see people from ethnic minorities and black people making progress. I like that. But you should always remember that your head shouldn't grow. You should try and treat people respectfully the same way. And I treat everyone respectfully. That's what I try and do.